Hello, my name is Ashley Sherrill, and this is my major research presentation over digital storytelling. Digital storytelling is a powerful tool for teaching and for learning, for students as well as teachers. What is digital storytelling, you might say? Digital storytelling, at its most basic core, is the practice of using computer-based tools to tell stories. There is a wealth of other terms used to describe this practice, such as digital documentaries, computer-based narratives, digital essays, electronic memoirs, interactive storytelling, and etc. But in general, they all revolve around the idea of combining the art of telling stories with a variety of multimedia, including graphics, audio, video, and web publishing. Researcher and digital culture consultant John Seeley describes digital storytelling this way. He says, "I'm particularly interested in digital storytelling and new ways to use multiple media to tell stories and the ability of kids who are now growing up in a digital world to figure out new ways to tell stories. They have the ability to build interpretive movies very simply and to lay soundtracks around the content." Here is another quote from John Seeley. He says, "Today the use of digital storytelling is being practiced in neighborhood community centers, schools, libraries, and businesses. By Novus technology, users to those with advanced skills. In the field of education, teachers and their students from early childhood classrooms through graduate school are using digital storytelling in many ways, in many different content areas and across a wide range of grade levels." John Seeley Brown. Why use digital storytelling in the classrooms? It can be used for learning in science, social studies, math, reading, language arts, music, and etc. It encourages students to think critically about different subjects and present their own ideas in a creative way. It empowers students by letting their voices be heard and allowing them to publish their work. Creating digital stories enhances this technology-rich project learning, and it makes learning relevant and meaningful to students. I have a video that I would like to show about digital storytelling in the classroom.
Hi, I'm Lynn Zalasak. I teach at Jackson Middle School in Houston, Texas. I teach 8th grade U.S. history. This is my 28th year. And about 5 years ago, I got involved in a Teaching American History grant in conjunction with the University of Houston. And I got into developing digital stories through a requirement in that course. And frankly, when I first started all of this, I was scared to touch the computer. I knew how to turn it on, turn it off. I was just starting to learn the basics of PowerPoint. And whenever a new challenge came up, even learning how to send an attachment, I had to ask someone to help me. Well, I work primarily with PhotoStory. That was the one that was given to us to use first. And I like it because it really is a very simple type of software to use. It's basically follow the directions. When it says next, hit next. All kids love stories. They love to tell stories. They love to write stories. This is their chance to do that and also get the curriculum in there. Without their products, I would not be using this stuff in class. I would not be taking the chance to create things, have my kids try to create things, use their creativity, explore their own creativity. A lot of these kids have no idea just how creative they can be and how they can express themselves in different ways. I would tell teachers not to be afraid to try technology, not to be afraid to incorporate this stuff into your lessons. The kids love it, they appreciate it, and as for me, I'm a history teacher. History is his story or her story, and if you can tell it through a story, through using PhotoStory or any digital storytelling device, it allows the kids to see the story. And hopefully it will also develop that love of history that I have. I think digital storytelling can show the students that there's more to learning than just opening a book, reading a book, and answering your questions. Anything that allows them to be a bit artistic, to be creative, enhances whatever it is that they're learning.
So why digital storytelling? Again, it can be used for portfolios, digital footprints, a wider audience, ownership for the student, and multimedia. Meeting Common Core standards. Digital storytelling does meet several of the Common Core standards. These are just a few of the Common Core standards that it does meet. The use of technology, including the internet, to produce and publish writing and to interact and collaborate with others. Make strategic use of digital media and visual displays of data to express information and enhance understanding of presentations. Includes multimedia components like graphics, images, music and sound, and visually displays and presentations to clarify information. But while researching, I did find a couple websites in regards to digital storytelling that I thought were useful and neat, especially as an educator. It is always good to have websites and links because we are a technology-savvy world. This particular website tells about digital story and how it meets the Common Core, the tools to create digital storytelling, the lessons learned from the outside world. There's a lot of examples on here, research, a lot of links. This is a huge website with a lot of information that's helpful. Another website that I found showed examples and was useful for students and also for teachers. I showed that this had a lot of links for tools when it comes to digital storytelling. As you can see, there's a lot of links down through here. There's several. If you click on these and they pop up, they might show videos and samples. But a lot of useful, good information on those two websites. Let's talk about the kinds of digital stories. There is one kind that is to teach me something, instructional or how-to story. There's also tell me a story. Tell a story about someone special, your school or your community. Environmental concerns and social issues is another kind. They share environmental concerns and social issues to raise awareness and promote social action. There's also different forms of digital storytelling. There's podcasts, PowerPoints, videos, animation, and slideshows. All of these draw back to actually telling a story or a how-to. How about the 7 elements of digital storytelling? You have to have all these elements and able to have a digital story. You have to have an audience, a purpose, emotional and meaningful content, voice, technology, connections, economy, and pacing. And then, of course, the criteria for an effective digital story. You can have a digital story, but if you want it to be an effective one, you have to have emotional connection, a good story, music, images, and narrative should all flow, pacing is right, audience appeal, and of course the message needs to be clear and understanding. So, what's your digital story? I have included an actual video here is the video. This is a sample video from an elementary digital storytelling. So now on to my major presentation reflection. When I chose my topics for my major presentation, I chose digital storytelling because it was a topic that I was very unfamiliar with and it sounded very interesting. I'm happy that I chose that topic because after researching, I concluded that digital storytelling is a fun and exciting way to integrate technology into the classroom. This particular type of technology advancement has so many benefits for students as well as teachers. Digital storytelling can be used to share information with anyone, anywhere in the world at any time, by uploading the file to the internet or sending the file digitally. Teachers are not only showing the digital stories of others, but also having students to tell their own stories and other stories. Students are learning as well as using their creative skills. They are also gaining valuable technology skills that are very important to them. I am anxious and excited to be in my own classroom and be able to integrate digital storytelling in everything that I have learned with my students. I truly feel that my students as well as myself will greatly benefit from all the technology that can be used in the classroom. Thank you. This completes my major research presentation over digital storytelling.